Hi, YouTube. How are you? I could be better. I've just had people trying to not only trick me or fool me out on the internet like we all have, but just make me believe that, like, my thinking could be off on certain things when I know my spirit is like freaking right on. Like the gaslighting and the hoovering and the different types of things that some of us go through that make it difficult for our life, you know. Uh, but anyway, this morning I had watched JP Reacts, had a really good what's being pushed on TikTok, specifically directed at the teens and young people, but I mean not well. I guess first you would have to believe that God is a He, and that there was a immaculate conception, and that Christ was a man, you know, or, walk this earth as a human. But anyway, JP has, and I'm going to share it probably in the description in this. I do have it in my community, but it's called Apparently Jesus is Trans and God is Gay. Now, this is the type of thing that we know there's no such thing like that in the scriptures. And that brings me to another topic that I've been talking about recently, is their push for you to believe in like reptiles and aliens and other supposed threats on this planet that aren't true, and the way they could trick people. And everybody thinks, oh, witchcraft, sorcery, wizards, all that, like the Wizard of Oz, like there's something good behind the curtain or something like that in what they're doing. And that goes right in hand with all these psychological operations. It's not just one thing that people are being peppered with. We're getting it from all angles, you know. But like the word um uh like alien, that translates into stranger. The word stranger is, even my name, Barbara, means stranger in some ancient languages, you know. So I mean it's and yeah, things all fit together. It all correlates. These are not aliens. Nowhere in the scriptures does it mention aliens or people off this world. Ever, ever. It never ever uses that terminology or that language, but they have to make it sound like it did. So if you put a word into another language, you can change the meaning of it. So why, and it never mentions any of this in any ancient history. I mean, they can say, oh, gee, that looks like a spaceship or whatever. Um, could have been somebody's dome home or whatever. But we weren't there. If you weren't there, say 20,000 years ago, you really can't definitively. And we have no pictures. We have hearsay. We have pictographs, hierographs, and clay tablets. Cuneiform tablets come the closest of any, and they could be fake. You know, it all could be fake. How do we actually and really, truly, truly know? But we do know one thing. We know when we look in the mirror, we're human beings, and we know that when we went to elementary school, we didn't go to school with aliens and reptiles and those type of people, because they're all just people. So, and the things that they're trying to push, like God is trans and Jesus was gay. I mean, does this sound very appealing to you people with families? This is why I've been so astringent on all this. It's the taking away from God. And don't hand me this that oh, God loves everybody, so he's like approving of it. Just because I love a child doesn't mean I approve of what they're doing. And as they're doing it, they can say, well, my mom loves me. Yes, I do. I can't stand what you're doing. And to pass that on to other generations, you're going to have to deal with a one-on-one session with your creator for the shit that you've done to other people, you know, whatever that entails. So I had a nice conversation with my daughter-in-law who, yeah, she divorced my son, but in my heart, she's still my girl like that. She's a good woman, you know. I'll forever be her mother-in-law and help her in any way with or without kids. I'm her friend, so if I didn't have any, oh, my granddaughter's 16, my oldest one today. But even without kids in the picture, it wouldn't matter because I like her as a person, you know. So anyway, so I had a nice chat today with her, and yeah, she's a strong one, strong-minded, good woman. Um, that brings to mind something. Uh, there people that are psychotic and have mental health disorders, behavioral disorders. Now, they can learn how to control them. They can control them in public if they want. It's usually in private where a narcissistic psychopath will let loose. And yes, when they get older, they're going to mellow a little bit more. Two reasons why they would do that isn't because that's in their nature, it's because the nature of the mental health community has gotten more informed, and people out in the world are more informed about what entails narcissism or psychopathy in those ways. And they know people know that I don't consider it a handicap, I consider it pure evil. So, anyway, I would never trust somebody enough that I deem to be totally dangerous. And this is the way I look at it. If you would not leave your newborn baby with somebody, then they can't be trusted. You know, that's the way to look at it. You know, if you can't trust somebody to even give your child a drink of water if you were to put them in this person's care, then you need to be leery of who that person's personality is all I'm saying. You know, so no, no way. So yeah, no, leopards don't change their spots, they just learn how to camouflage better, but they're still dangerous. That's, I'm not fooling myself. Like I know there's the men in my life would be way violent if they could get away with it. which is sad to realize, but it's the actual truth. Without sounding like out of sorts, there's no way I can even tell you what's going on in my life right now without sounding like I'm the crazy one. There's no way I can even explain what today has been like, if that makes sense to anybody. Jesus. Oh, yeah. Having conversations with people sometimes is really difficult when, um, for you, you're just having a conversation. For them, there's like an ulterior motive, and that's the type of thing that I see happening on a big scale. I also had shared in my community that is really interesting is, um, let's see, which was it? Mm, The New America, they are programming you in subtle ways. United Uprising. In my community, I shared that one. That is very interesting. And he talks about Project Bluebeam and the different things. See, this is what I don't get. The agenda's exactly identically. And people were called um, like fear porn pushers, or like it was some kind of a theory or something. But then when we people have actual facts and proof of exactly what we said they were going to do, they did. And it's like a lot of, maybe I'm wrong, maybe more people are really understanding the psychological operations that are being played on everybody, but I don't think most people really are, you know, right down to the Vatican. And they can say they're talking about the serpent of old. This is not like the dragon or the great red dragon or however they want to describe the essence of God. You know, that is not. Their worship is worldly. They believe they actually have the divine powers within their culture to rule over mankind as God, as a Godhead, as his mouthpiece, you know, which just is not so. They have no more right over what we hear than you or I speaking something. In fact, we have more authority. But for people to believe, and then people taking what is depicted there and pushing it as truth, um, by the very people that want to control you, and you're believing them. And then you're passing it on like it's actual factual, you know? Like somebody said they were abducted. Okay, then so 5 million people get together and they form a group and a site. It's like a abductees by aliens and whatnot. So all these people, and they probably are part of like um, Monarch Butterfly or MK Ultra and that type of thing. Um, but so they actually had things happen to them. It's just what they had happen to them and who did it. It's like the people spreading disinformation. I know who is doing this and why they are doing it, you know. So why would it be important for children to believe that God is transsexual? Why would it be important for them to believe that Jesus is gay? To destroy them? To destroy what is natural and good? That's the only reason. To destroy them. I can't explain it. It has nothing to do with some people in that frame of mind, um, or the deception that they're under personally. Has nothing to do with the people's souls, their selves. The fight I have is the fight against the demonic ones that are doing these things, not the people that are being duped by them. But now, if you're being tricked and fooled by them, and you're simple enough to deceive, you're going to pass that information on as scriptorial, even. Like I've heard Stephen Ben describe stranger or strange flesh as the Nephilim or or um, aliens. It's not quite what's going on, but see, now this is somebody that is and was CIA. And so what he's doing, and yeah, he's got a lot of truth he puts out. It's when it's untrue and it falls into their plan that he's skating under the radar with the information he's putting out. And a lot of these men are doing it, deceiving thousands of people along the way with the lies that are attached to that truth, because they're so afraid to come back right out and say what's up all at once, because they know they'll be stifled, and they know they'll lose their income entirely. Well, I can tell you that there's ways for you to lose out without complying with the bad guys, and by complying with them even a little bit, your dreams will just not come into fruition for you like that. Not like you want them to. You're going to have to use the bad side to get what you want, because you're not doing it the right way, and you'll never get what you want that way. Never. Not on the good team, if that made sense to some of you, or one of you it did, you know. And you do not want to laugh at me and mock me. It is not funny. This is very serious. These are people's lives and souls. And yes, they're going to be okay in the end. But from here to there, if I can omit their suffering, that's what I'm trying to do. And you're getting in the way. People that do that, you're getting in my way. And I don't take kindly to it. So then if I had thoughts of what could I do to stop you, then what? I would be the bad guy because I'm literally protecting people and their life while they're on this planet, opposed to ones that don't care at all, except for themselves and their immediate loved ones. That's all most people care about. So that's what's still on my mind, is the deceptions that are going along with, and the people that are so simple to deceive that they would actually believe in reptiles and aliens, and you know they would even take what is called extraterrestrial, and somehow it takes your mind from what is extra land out into outer space. How did that happen? How did extraterrestrials, ET, how did phoned home into the air? Do you see? That was part of the deception right there. Those two words combined. How do you take extraterrestrial and make it come from outer space with movies and bullshit like that? Then you got people out here actually buying into that, like they went to school with one of those things or something. Maybe you did, but I have never seen one. I've seen people that sort of resemble that, but you know, so. Well, I'm gonna leave it here today. That's really all I have to say. I got, I'm so sick of people in their fucking lies, their jealousy, their um, conniving, sneaky, and just cruel, cold ass ways. You fuckers make me sick. I'm sick of your greedy ass, stupid ways. It will get you nowhere. Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. So, and mark my words. You don't want to do it right, don't want to see the light, we gotta fight. There you go. I just said it. So anyway, I do have more I'd probably say, but that's probably about it for today. Gee, I'm just rhyming up a storm here. All right, everybody, thank you for joining me. Have a really good night or day wherever you're at. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.